What is up, guys? It's Tom here and welcome to a brand new big transfer news video, and this time I will cover most of the Premier League clubs transfer news. So if you enjoy these types of videos, leave a like and let me know who do you want your favorite club in the Premier League to sign in the summer transfer window. And the biggest news is that Diego Simeone, the Atletico Madrid manager, admitted that Antoine Griezmann could leave Atletico Madrid amid rumored interest from Manchester United. And there is paper talk that Jose Mourinho wants to sign Antoine Griezmann, and I think Ibrahimovic could leave Manchester United. He didn't sign a contract extension yet, and I think he's maybe waiting on whether Manchester United will finish in the top 4 or not. But if Ibrahimovic leaves Man United, they will 100% sign a big striker, because that's what always Mourinho does. He spends a huge amount of money, and Manchester United have insane amounts of money. And some newspapers are actually saying that Chelsea will fight Manchester United to sign Griezmann, who could be worth 100 million euros, which is like 86 million pounds. And let's take a look at what Diego Simeone actually said. By the way, Griezmann is having another brilliant season. He scored 22 goals in 40 games for Atletico Madrid. And when asked by Spanish publication AS, if Griezmann could leave Atletico Madrid, he said yes, because there is a termination clause. There is no security, and from now on, I do not know what can happen. He would never let me tell him to stay. That's what Diego Simeone said. I did not do it with Diego Costa or Radamel Falcao. So basically, Simeone is saying that if Griezmann wants to leave, Simeone can do nothing, because there is also a release clause. It's a debate what that release clause is exactly, but I'm sure that Chelsea, Manchester United and other big clubs would be interested in Griezmann. And also there is talk of Alexander Lacazette going to Atletico Madrid, so maybe there is a replacement being lined up already for Griezmann, and that could be Lacazette. So that is going to be a very, very interesting story. Let me know, guys, do you think Griezmann would be a good fit for Manchester United? I think they would absolutely be 100% a better team and the better starting 11 with Griezmann, who is one of the top 5 strikers in world football right now, in my opinion. But the thing is that if Manchester United don't finish in the top 4, would Griezmann really want to go there to play in the Europa League? Well, if you take a look at Pogba, if you take a look at Ibrahimovic, money talks. Manchester United pay huge wages, and even when they are not in the Champions League, they can sign big name players. They signed Pogba and Ibrahimovic when they were in the Europa League. So even if they don't finish in the Champions League places, I think Mourinho will spend huge money, and eventually they will finish in the top 4 because of the amount of money that they are spending. And in my opinion, Mourinho should be doing much better with the amount of money that he spent. This is the most expensive squad in Premier League history we are talking about. And I'm talking about the current Manchester United squad, and they are only in 5th place, and they were 6th for like 4 months of the season. That's not good enough in my opinion. Also, another very interesting article that I read today is that Jose Mourinho was seen in Croatia as he looks to sign Inter Milan winger Ivan Perisic, who is of course Croatian, and he could be worth 35 million pounds. And I will be honest, Perisic has been very good every time I watched Inter Milan. I usually watch their highlights in the Serie A, and Perisic has been scoring goals, getting assists, and he's a really good dribbling electric winger. He's not the fastest in the world, but he would be an improvement at Manchester United. They certainly need, I think, maybe one more winger. Lukaku has reaffirmed his decision not to sign a new Everton deal. He said recently in a Belgian press conference that the decision is already made. He won't sign a contract extension, He's not saying categorically that he wants to leave the club, but he's saying that he wants to win trophies, and frankly that means he wants to leave Everton, because Everton never win trophies in the past like 20 years. I think they only won one or two trophies. So where will Lukaku end up? He could go to Manchester United, he could go back to Chelsea, but I'm not sure if he would want to do that. So it will be very, very interesting. The Daily Telegraph is reporting this outrageous story that Mahrez is a summer target for Barcelona, but Leicester will demand a fee in excess of 40 million. And I think that's ludicrous, because Mahrez's form has absolutely nosedived since they won the Premier League title last season. So would he really get into this Barcelona team ahead of Messi or Neymar? No chance. No chance whatsoever. Maybe he could play, you know, as a number 10 instead of Iniesta, but he's not a number 10, he's a winger. So I just don't see Barcelona spending 40 million on a backup player when they have Neymar and Messi and Suarez up front. So I just can't see that happening. Chelsea are also really want to extend the contract of Eden Hazard, because Real Madrid, you know, is very interested in Eden Hazard. He was, you know, very, very hotly debated that would Hazard be good enough for Real Madrid, and certainly 2 seasons ago he was good enough. Last season he was not, but this season he is again good enough to play for Real Madrid. But again, where does Hazard play when they have Bale, Ronaldo and Benzema up front? Where does he fit in? I'm not sure. So that's very, very interesting. Also, Arsene Wenger has held further discussions over his future this week at Arsenal, and the board, and I find this absolutely astonishing, the board wants to extend Wenger's contract. They offer him a new 2-year contract. What does Wenger have to do to get sacked, honestly? He got knocked out 7 times in a row. Yes, 7 times in a row in the last 16 of the Champions League. And this could be the first time that he finishes outside of the top 4 with Arsenal. There is a very big chance of that happening. But the board is still happy with him. You know why? Because he makes them money. He actually doubled the club's value since he took over. And why would the board sack a manager who makes them money when, you know, they don't care about trophies? All they care about is profit. And if I was the Arsenal fans, if I was an Arsenal fan, I would be absolutely livid. And I think they should protest, they should hold up banners, not only against Wenger, but against the board, because Wenger's hands are pretty much tied. The ironic thing is that for the first time in many years, Wenger actually spent big money in the summer. He actually spent £90 million on the likes of Mustafi and Xhaka, and those transfers just didn't really work out. He was stubborn not to sign a world-class striker. And it's very interesting because Arsene Wenger actually reveals that in 2013 Arsenal had an agreement with Luis Suarez to join Arsenal for £40 million plus £1, because they thought that Luis Suarez had a release clause, but the Liverpool owners were having none of that. And if Arsenal offer Liverpool 50 million, 60 million, maybe Liverpool would have, you know, accepted that at that time, but Suarez decided to stay and Liverpool almost won the league. I'm convinced that if Suarez went to Arsenal in 2013, they would have won the league the next season. I'm 100% sure, because Suarez was that good of a player, and who knows, that transfer could have changed the whole you know, fate of the whole club. And in my opinion, you know, that's what Arsenal have been missing. A world-class striker who can bang in 20-25 goals. Yes, they have Alexis Sanchez up front now, but he on his own cannot win the league, as you can already see. So very interesting. Also paper talk that Chelsea boss Antonio Conte refused Roman Abramovich, sorry. Abramovich. What the sorry guys, that was just a slip of the tongue. So Roman Abramovich offered him the chance to bring Neymar to Stamford Bridge, and the Chelsea boss is refusing to sign off on any transfer deals because, according to Tuttosport, the Italian newspaper, he's tempted by Inter Milan's interest. I'm not sure about this, but Inter Milan recently got taken over by a very rich business group. I think they are from China, but correct me if I'm wrong, and they could spend a serious money in the transfer window. So the Inter Milan job is very, very attractive to managers right now. But would really Conte go there after winning the league with Chelsea? I just cannot see it. I think Conte wants to stay at Chelsea at least for 2 or 3 years, maybe even more, to emulate Jose Mourinho. So that is going to be very interesting to find out. And also Joe Hart admits that something has to give at Man City this summer. What does that mean? That means that he said, and I quote, it is difficult to look too far ahead because he hasn't got a host of things to choose from, and more importantly, you know, his main focus is now on both playing well and playing regularly. So he said, I want to finish the season well, the best I can for Torino. I really enjoyed being part of the club, and I also want to make the squad for the England internationals, and we shall wait and see what will happen in the summer. I really want Liverpool to sign Joe Hart. I already said it in a previous video. I think he would be an upgrade on either Mignolet or Karius. So come on, Jurgen Klopp, sign him up. And that is it. That wraps up the latest edition of the latest transfer news on this channel. A new career mode video is coming later today as well. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay awesome. See you later. Goodbye.